Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. In this video, I've got several different topics I'm going to try to blend together. One is the lawyer for Clayton Echard's accuser, Laura Owens. Her lawyer called the podcast studio founder, Layla, a complete nut job. I'm going to share exactly what he had to say, so it doesn't look like they'll be getting an apology from him anytime soon. And also, it begs the question, if she's a nut, am I a nut? Are we all part of this crazy cult? Do you ever actually take inventory and go, am I the crazy one? You know how we fight with our parents and our siblings. Do you ever sit down and go, am I the person who is the problem? I think it's really important to ask that question. I think in most cases, the person who is the problem doesn't sit down to think, are they the problem? But we've had a hell of a year, ranging from rage quits from friends. We've had a hell of a year. We've gained thousands of new audience members. I think 10,000 subscribers, a couple of thousand on Patreon, and all these people. But you regularly have to take inventory about the content you're making. So I made a video yesterday, and by no means am I trying to call this person out that I'm sharing right now, because they are an audience member. They are a fan. We like them. We want to keep them. But with that said, you can't please everybody. So I made this video about the Bachelor Clayton Echard saga, as it were. And the response was, Dave, I love your channel, but I've stopped watching because all you talk about is this Clayton thing. Now, I guess this Clayton thing refers to the threats of lawsuits that I've been under. And I think what people have a hard time realizing is, if you love my channel so much, if you really love my channel, take a moment to think about what somebody tried to do to that channel. They tried to get me a restraining order against me. I mean, imagine if that went through. I'd never have any sponsors. This would not be a success story, right? So this idea that you love my channel but don't love what I do, this year alone, well, maybe not this year, but in total, I've made almost 2,000 Bachelor Nation News videos. And I've made 229 Clayton paternity scandal videos. And I release 2 podcasts a day. So the thing that's batshit annoying to me, and respectfully, not everyone understands how YouTube works. So when I make a video, I have 80,000 subscribers, 70,000, whatever the heck the number is. When I make a video, YouTube will send it to a small audience of a couple hundred people, maybe to 1,000 people. And then depending on how many people click on that video will depend on if they'll share it to the next level and the next level. And that's called the For You page, or your home screen. So if my video lives on my home screen, and by the way, I'll show you what my home screen looks like. My home screen is not going to be a list of videos I subscribe to. Some of these channels might be like Lauren over here, Luke Beasley, Bulwark. Some of these, I don't know who this guy is, Jared Henderson. So YouTube shares me his video because it's popular and decides if I like it or not. I'm not going to click on it. YouTube will know, all right, Legal Vices, Dave watches them, and maybe he'll click on that. But I can't possibly watch all of these videos. These are just videos that YouTube's giving me on their buffet table, and then I get to pick and choose which I'll watch. That is called a click-through rate. If I decide, now clearly all of these breaking news stories about the Luigi Mangione I've been covering, so they're going to be popping up. Off the Vine's going to pop up. Talking Talk to these are viral things that I talk about on my podcast, so they're going to pop up. But depending on which video I click will depend on the click-through rate of that video. And by that I mean this video that you're watching right now, when I post it online, if no one wants to see it, it's not going to share the video. The YouTube algorithm is not going to share it with 80,000 people. After a couple hundred people decide not to watch it, it's going to say, all right, send it to the back. No one gets this video. So the point of what I'm trying to say is this. The Bachelor Clayton videos are really popular because it's really important. There's a lot of drama and gossip involved, but it's really important for my world as a content creator, my world as a husband and a dad, and my professional world. It's really important. So I might lose you. I might lose some audience members. Heck, I might lose some friends. But what's more important, keeping that friend or keeping my family and protecting them by doing what is the right thing, which is pursuing this story to the ground? in football, you got to wrap up when you tackle. It's not about how hard you hit somebody. Is it, do you bring it to the ground? And I need to bring this story to the ground. And by that, I mean, I need to follow it until there's no chance whatsoever this adversary, this person who's trying to sync my channel and sync other people's channels and get Redditors' accounts revealed and sue people for copyright infringement and the injunction against harassments and defamations and calling the FBI on me and calling the police on me and all these different things. I need to know that, God forbid, a day that CPS arrives at my door, it is in a scenario in which I can tell them, hey, this person's been harassing me. This person's been trying to manipulate the court system, the judicial system, the police system, all these systems to get us to stop doing our job. So with all due respect, for those that say, well, you still talking about this Clayton thing? I just have to remind you, and I have to literally restrain myself from going full crack an egg to make an omelet here to say, with all due respect, the fuck are you talking about? Look, I get it. You can decide this isn't the type of video for you. But by commenting on that video, you're telling YouTube you want to see more of that. So people responded in kindness. One great thing about YouTube is that if you avoid clicking on or commenting on videos you don't like, YouTube will promote them less to you. Your feed reflects what you engage with. So when Dave uploads a Bachelor video, you'll be more likely to see it and less likely to see the lawyer ones. I hope that helps. And again, that is way more productive than anything I could have said. Some people only watch the Clayton stuff. And this is what's really tough with having a sort of a wide variety of content, is because I only get so much bandwidth a day. Let's pretend I'm a baker. Okay, Baker Dave. I love a good baking analogy. I get 1 pound of flour a day. I need to decide what the hell I'm going to make with that pound of flour. Now, in real life on YouTube, that pound of flour is my time. I only have so many hours in the day I can make content. Well, am I going to make a Bachelor video that is not important because it's like, you know, like today's Bachelor video? You want to crack the numbers? We'll look at today's Bachelor video. I made a video about Caitlin Bristow, good friend of the program, but I made a video about her upper eyelid surgery she's got going on. So here it is. Here is the analytics of the video. All right, 304 views, 196 less than normal. That's not really doing too well. Check back. It's going to let me know. The click-through reach, 8%. That's bad, folks. So again, I still like to make Bachelor content. It's fun. But if I am a baker and I only have 1 pound of flour to make, am I going to make that really rare thing that only one person likes to buy? Or am I going to make scones? Everyone loves a good scone. I'm making scones, guys. And it's not just because it's what audiences want. It's what I can make that is beneficial to me. And that means keeping the lights on, keeping the show running, and doing the right thing. So yes, I like to make the Caitlin Bristow video, but if we look at the breaking news video I made yesterday, this video is performing on the top of its expected range. So the reach on this video is a higher click-through rate. Now, this click-through rate was probably actually double that. It got 40,000 impressions, which means those are people like you getting sent this video because it's a great video to watch. So anyhow, I don't mean to make a big stink about it, but I do like to explain how YouTube works. Starting in January, I will be uploading my twice daily podcast, which I've done for the last 2 years, only on audio. I've done this podcast only on audio. I'm bringing it to YouTube, which is an incredible amount of work. Trust me, I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know I'm already stressed out going, how the hell am I going to deliver on this? But starting January of 2025, this podcast that was featured in Time Magazine, this podcast that has been turned into a real breadwinner for my show and for my family, which has been audio only, is moving to YouTube. What does that mean for you? Well, if you enjoy Bachelor content, that means all the little stories in Bachelor Nation that aren't worth making a video about. What Tyler Cameron said about this. What's spray tanning booth Jason Tartick goes to. If you like those fun little stories, they will be on the podcast, which will be available here. Now, what do you need to do on your end? Well, on your end, you can make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you've hit the alert bell. And also make sure if there's video content you like, leave a comment. Watch it for the full extent and share it with friends. That's the best way to tell the algorithm, I like this, I want more of this. So, starting in January, twice daily, 2 25-minute long episodes will come out. One in the morning around 8 a.m. and one in the afternoon around 2 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. East Coast. That is going to be all the content, not just Bachelor, but also anything else in entertainment news, politics, anything I'm covering. You might not like that. I can't please everybody. I'm sure this video will have comments saying, Dave, stop trying to, placate to these people. No, I like my audience. But for everyone who's just checking in for Clayton or just checking in for that, there'll be a time when the Clayton stuff's over. My other channel, the Dave Neal Show, was meant to be for entertainment news. And then when the Johnny Depp trial came along, we gained 50,000 subscribers like overnight. We gained this huge audience. I was so interested to hear what was going on with Johnny Depp. But look, I'm not a true crime channel. When that was over, those audience members essentially became dead. So I'm taking that channel and I'm just saying, goodbye, you're done. And I'm going to be putting all of the Rush Hour podcasts here. Now, is that a risk I'm taking? I mean, it is a risk. I'm changing slightly the way in which I'll be making my content here. But like I said, if you enjoy what I do already, it should be no problem. Now, you might say, Dave, because you'll be putting your podcast here, what does that mean about your Bachelor Nation news stories? I still plan on having a Bachelor news story every day when there's a Bachelor news story. But for the person who says, Dave, what's the matter? I missed the Bachelor content. Where the hell is it? What do you want? I got Jen Tran in Canada holding hands with Sasha. Whoa, amazing. How crazy. I covered Cassie Randolph getting engaged this week. Nobody watched it. What the hell do you think? Do you think I'm hiding news stories from you guys? The Bachelor audience, God bless them, feasts on drama. There is nothing happening right now. If Dale Moss gets a manicure on his toe, a pedicure, I'll cover it. Okay? But and again, whenever I get a comment like that, I love to make a video like this because I mean well, and if I'm raising my voice, I still love you. Sometimes when I go a little too hard and make that omelet, I get emails from people going, oh, Dave, you were so mean to me. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to explain to you how YouTube works, which is I'm sure the person who said, oh, Dave, I don't like your content anymore, didn't watch the Bachelor video I had on over the weekend, didn't watch you know what I mean? So it's just I guess it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, so anyhow, let's move on to Bachelor Clayton Echard stuff. Here we have it. So seeking justice for all victims of Laura Owens at Clayton's Justice posted, thank you for posting Laura's attorney's now deleted comments on the YouTube channel where he acknowledges that his client, Laura Michelle Owens, lied about the audio from PS Creative Arizona. Yikes. All right, let's share exactly what was said. God bless this guy, Nathan. He does a great job of commenting back things that I would never want to do because who wants to be, shooting the, what with this lawyer guy. But Nathan said, well, now you know she lied about the audio files. Is it time to drop her? And here, because of course her attorney said, if I find out she lied, I'll drop her. Then he said, if I find out she lied about something important, I'll drop her. So he gives this long response, which by the way, this is kind of crazy. I just gave a response in video format because it'll be content. It'll get views. It's part of my business model to interact with my fans. It's part of the relationship we have. I don't understand what is the point of him leaving this long comment. He goes, good Lord, I do not know that Laura lied about the audio. Why do you always assume the other person is telling the truth? Because that's how cults work, I guess. The cult is never, ever, ever wrong, which is why it's called a cult. By the way, does he think we actually care that he calls us a cult? I don't lose sleep at night. It's hilarious. It's almost like being on a Super Bowl football team, and you're so good, and you win, and then the other team that has lost, and had their dicks pounded into the pavement, that other team goes, oh, they're just in a cult. Yeah, a cult of winning. We're in a cult of winning. And again, I don't mean to say this as I'm trying to rub your nose in it here, but this dude, since he came on the case, hasn't even won a lunch. He couldn't win a scratch-off ticket if you gave him a whole box of them. This is I know he went to the casino recently. Do not bet on this man. Holy cow. So it's not about being in a cult. It's about being on the winning side. And by winning side, that's factual evidence that continues to line up with the truth. He says, I have explained about 10 billion times. I do not follow this case closely on social media. I recently heard something about the studio owner, who seems to be a complete nutcase, by the way, posting proof that the audio is fine. Okay, awesome. If I send you a link to a video that says the earth is flat, does that prove the earth is actually flat? I think I just got dumber. I think I became a dumber human. He then says, thus far, no one has sent me any proof that the studio is fine. Thus, the only info I had is Laura's statement that it was not fine, plus the short clip she sent me, which appeared to confirm her story. If the studio owner actually cared about the truth rather than just supporting the cult, you would think she would reach out to me and calmly offer to show proof that the audio was okay, which she has not done. So for now, I am caught in the middle of a dispute that I have nothing to do with. That's why I've removed my tweet about this, because it was the appropriate thing to do while more facts are gathered. But seriously, people, just stop with all this insane cult nonsense. Just stop. Oh, that really sounds like the response of somebody who's on the losing side, you know? Hey, that team's just stronger. That's why they won. Well, yeah, our beacon for finding the truth is stronger. Yeah, we are a bigger, more powerful intellectual set of people here, because we can Google and use critical thinking and do research and find information that proves the truth. And it's actually pretty easy in this case. It kind of feels like taking candy from a baby, to be quite honest. That baby being Laura, because they're just like, they can't even keep track of their own lives. So in this instance right here, he's actually throwing his client under the bus. He says, I'm just in the middle of a dispute. I'm not, I don't want to get involved here. When he put himself in the middle of a dispute by sharing, fraudulent evidence that PS Creative Studios had bad audio. And when they provide irrefutable evidence that they shared her the good audio, and by uploading evidence of the good audio, he says, well, he's equating them to a flat earther. Now, I don't know. So Nathan responds, nice try. You can answer right now. Did Laura tell you that there was audio file separate from the video file? If the studio owner actually cared about the truth rather than just supporting the cult, you would think she would reach out to me and calmly offer to show proof that the audio was okay. They've done exactly that. While you send them a threatening email, yet you pretend they haven't, and you will be deleting my comment. So for now, I am caught in the middle of a dispute that I have nothing to do with. Any regrets? Then stop getting involved. And then, of course, he responds and ends up blocking him. So very interesting stuff. And, for the person going, Dave, why do you keep talking about this Clayton thing? Because this Clayton thing, refuses to admit, Laura's side, that it was all made up. And they'll continue to go after people. They'll continue to, torment people and send them bad, try to hurt their business, basically try to hurt them where they can. She tried to do that with me by doing like some sort of copyright claim on YouTube, which was denied. And look, I'm not saying we're bulletproof. If I worked for like a different media company or somewhere, she might be able to get to me. She might be able to put together a convincing thing saying, oh, Dave's made 250 videos. Dave's such a bad guy. Why is he such a bad guy? Well, because he's promoting his single mom Christmas wish list. By the way, folks, I got to tell you, the amount of donations we received early on for the first couple moms was amazing, but some of the moms get lost in the shuffle here. Brittany, Stephanie, Jeanette, Karen, Haley, Sarah, Heather, Caitlin. If you just randomly choose to give someone a gift, look at the middle, look at the bottom end, maybe just, see which one your heart desires. I wish everyone got the same equal amount of gifts, but I can't really control that. There's a link in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet, now is just your chance. Our first year of doing the toy drive, we raised about $10,000. And I think we're probably raising more in the long term by doing it this way because, some people are giving gifts to everybody on here. And again, not everyone is that privileged, but if you are blessed this holiday season, I'm telling you right now, what better way to help out than with a single mom? There's actually somebody on this list. It is heartbreaking. There is somebody on this list who told me the best thing they could hope for is some extra food this Christmas season. That's how tough they are. That's how broke they are, to be quite honest, is can we get some extra food? And that's because they're in a tough spot. In some cases, you've left an abusive relationship, and maybe the other person controlled the finances, and there's working through the court system. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice if just on Christmas Eve they could splurge on a nice Christmas Eve dinner? You hate to see the world like this. You hate to see childhood hunger in any way whatsoever. And for those that are able to put food on their kids' table, how about a little extra? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a shiny toy on Christmas morning. So if I can continue to inspire in any way whatsoever, if I am a nut, may the nuttiness at least lead to some traffic in this single parent Christmas wish list. Link in the comment section below for that. Thanks to everyone who's continued to follow different stories. If you enjoy what I do and you only follow the Clayton stuff, if you enjoy what I do and you only follow the Bachelor stuff, put your fucking money where your mouth is and subscribe to the podcast where we have a little bit of everything. Okay? If you appreciate the content creating that we got going on, I'm not going to have a story for everybody, but I'm going to try my dang best, because in the end, I think what replicates this channel's success isn't the specific story, but the way in which we go about covering it, which is trying to be measured, trying to give my opinion on how I think we can make a situation better. And if some people think that means we're part of a cult, well, hey, don't they wish they were also in that world that we have? Because it's a kind world. I tell you this. You guys know this. Talk to anyone in the Patreon. Talk to anyone that you meet in our community. Talk to anyone you meet after a stand-up show. It is a kind world, and we're just trying to give back a little bit. All right, that's going to do it for me. I got to prepare for the afternoon rush.